Ladies and gentlemen, the following is another fantastic episode of the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. In one corner, we have the greatest thing on God's green earth. No, we're not talking about money, Mary Jane, or Popeye spinach. He is the tranquil dart of Ringside Society and Delaware's greatest American hero. It takes two to make a thing go right. He is Rob Bass, and you are not. And the second quarter, we have that ocean crossing, straight up Boston, flight catching, shot glass snatching, always on the go. Catch him if you can. Said his name in Guyana, now they love him in Japan. The worldwide star boy, Remy Blue. And tonight, our special guests, our guests that we here at Ringside Society have been trying to get for the better part of a year. They have been kicking ass and taking names as singles competitors in AEW and now as a tag team in Mission Pro Wrestling down there in Texas.
Yeah.
And pretty soon over there in Delaware, that's right, Rob's neck of the woods. That's why he's smiling right now for CCW. Everybody, welcome to the show, Robin Renegade, Charlotte Renegade, the Renegade. Ladies, welcome to the show. Thank you very much for doing this. We've been so excited to have y'all on. We know we've had some clashes and whatnot between y'all doing y'all thing, training, and prepping the next step for your wrestling career, and between myself, doing my thing over here for the U.S. Navy and all that stuff, and of course Rob doing his thing as a referee and whatnot. But we finally made it happen, and we're very happy to have you on the show. How are you ladies doing tonight?
Well, thank you guys for having us. Thank you guys. It's awesome.
Awesome. So you guys are actually training right now at the Nightmare Factory, or you're just like somewhere else?
No, we're outside the Nightmare.
Awesome. Just to let y'all know, we here at Ringside Society have nothing but love for Nightmare Factory. If you actually looked at our track record, we've had a couple of people on our show ever since we started that the second class graduated. So we're definitely well and familiar with y'all as well. And we look forward. We know that you ladies are going to be on to great things in the very near future. I mean, you got W.A.R. W.A.R is like the hottest thing in Mission Pro right now. That's what everybody that's familiar with Mission Pro is talking about.
Yeah, we're trying to make a mark. We're trying to show up and make a mark.
Awesome. So with that being said, we're gonna take a bit of a trip, a time traveling trip. Back in time. We're gonna take Rob's DeLorean that he has pictured back there and go back in time. And we just have to ask, what was the wrestling event or pay-per-view that made you ladies become fans of professional wrestling?
For me, it was SummerSlam about 4 or 5 years ago. I sat down and I was like, "What's going on, Dad?" And he was like, "I'm watching SummerSlam." I was like, "How long is it?" He goes, 3 hours. I was like, no way I'm watching that. And then I watched Randy Orton and I think Jeff Hardy. And Randy Orton put that screwdriver through Jeff Hardy's gauge hole, and I fell in love. It went by so quick after that. I was like, yes, this is it. I love this. I think for me, because I know I started liking wrestling a little bit more before Charlotte. I think for me, I know my first pay-per-view I ever watched was 2018 Royal Rumble, and I thought that was amazing. And then I know my very first WrestleMania that I watched that just made me fall in love with wrestling was 2018. I think it was 2018. I'm not sure. It was Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, and it just made me fall in love. I absolutely loved it.
Oh man, that you mentioned that SummerSlam 2018. You taking me back to when I was in Brooklyn for that SummerSlam. I bought my ticket last minute. I'm surprised I actually was able to get a ticket, and I saw that match and I was like, yes, Roman won. Not because I'm a Roman Reigns fan, but I'm like, yeah, Brock, you just saying it, buddy. I'm sorry, but you just saying it. Right. So I was happy. And I got to see Ronda Rousey fight and the Demon. I guess for the last time make an appearance. So that was a pretty good one. Yeah. So growing up, did y'all get to go to? I mean, did y'all get to go to any live events, like any WWE events or local indie events or any of that?
Well, actually, growing up, we weren't that big wrestling fans. We did watch it because I saw. For me, it was like I was 5 years old, and I was like, "Oh, that's my sister's initial." So I was like, "Yeah, like we're gonna watch this." And then we started watching wrestling, and it wasn't even 2 months before we were not allowed to watch wrestling anymore because we were the kids jumping off the top bunk, trying to have a TLC match. On Christmas morning, I locked my brother and my sister in the trampoline because we were having a Hell in the Cell match. And there was 4 inches of snow on the trampoline, and it was still coming down. That was the thing. And I locked it in there. I was like, nope, I gotta figure it out. And so no more wrestling. So growing up, like we also have like those. We clearly have those early memories of wrestling, But growing up, we couldn't watch it that much. So we kind of fell out of love with it, and then around 2016, 2017, we really got back into wrestling. We started watching it every week. And then around 2017, 2018 is when we started going to live shows. And it just grew from there.
Wow, that's cool. That's a pretty awesome story. A makeshift Hell in a Cell match. Wow. I mean, I've had like kind of like hardcore matches when I was younger. Not anybody getting hit with anything, just and we've had like submission matches, but not like hell. That's very creative, man. That's pretty creative.
Hey, there's 3 of us, so we got enough people.
So wait, did your brother ever think about getting into it as well, or was he like, nah, it's not for me. I'm not trying to get broken up or anything.
No. Sometimes he makes the joke, like, I could do that too. And we're like, come on. Like, we got you a spot. We got you a place to train. Come on. And he's like, nah. He knows he couldn't.
Wow. Yeah. So where'd y'all, if you don't mind me asking, where'd y'all grow up? Was it like, I think y'all from Oklahoma, right?
No. So we were born in Dayton, Ohio. I stayed there for about 4 years and Robin 3 with our mom. And then we moved down here to Georgia, and we've been here ever since.
Yeah, wow, that's cool, man. Georgia, I can't go to that place too much, man. Every time I leave there like 5 pounds heavier. They be like, no, eat more, man. No, put some more on your plate, man.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I got a diet, man. I can't do it.
Yep. For sure, it happens to the best of us, man.
Yeah. So now that y'all are actually, you're fans of professional wrestling, and obviously you're doing the matches and whatnot, and you're cheering your favorites and doing the bad guys and whatnot. How did y'all's journey go from fan to professional wrestler? Did both y'all go at the same time, or did one go and then was like, something? I think you need a partner. I'm gonna jump in this too. Like, how'd that go?
So we went to an NXT live show. I think probably late 2018, and or like early 2019, something like that. And we went to an NXT live show. It was very small. It was just for us. It wasn't going to be taped or anything like that. So, and it was really cool. When we left that night, we had one of the cameramen up at the school give us a flyer for One Fall Power Factory and a show that they had coming up that next Friday. So we went home and we were like, do we really want to go see this? This is a school. Like, we could just go see some indie wrestling. Like, why not? So we went, and we kind of fell in love with just watching it in person. It's a whole different feeling now that you're like up close and personal with it. And not that we weren't already in love with it already, but it made us fall in love with it to an extent where we wanted to try it. So we talked to QT, and he said, yes, you guys can come on anytime. Tomorrow we're doing an ROH thing, some Ring of Honor stuff. And so we met Mandy Leon, and we went to a Ring of Honor taping that very next day. And it was our very first taste of like actual wrestling. and it was amazing. And then about a month later, we did some debating, and I told Charlotte I wanted to try it, and she said, "You know what? Why not? If you're gonna do it, we're gonna do it. Let's do it."
Man, that works out, man.
Yeah, we had always made the joke like we could do that. We could do that. It looks so easy. And then we thought it was like a joke, like an unattainable goal. I guess anybody who really thinks like, oh, I want to be a wrestler, they're like, how do you start? And it just kind of handed itself to us.
Yeah, it just kind of fell in our laps.
Yeah, and y'all are doing great. I mean, I saw like when I saw. Let me hold on. So I'm gonna try to. Please don't kill me. I'm gonna try to differentiate. So the one with, don't tell me, the one with the bun is Robin, and the one with the long hair is Charlotte, right?
Yes.
Wow! For the first time in my life, I actually got to tell twins apart.
Look at you, you know you're twins.
I've never really been able to do that. Like, never. So, yeah. I mean, I was happy for y'all when I saw y'all on like Robin. You debuted on AEW, and I was like, awesome. She's getting a shot. Yeah. And I'm like, but what about Charlotte? What's going on with Charlotte? And then all of a sudden, I saw you debut, and I'm like, awesome. Now, if only we can get them together in a tag team, man. And by the way, you ladies, I don't know if you noticed, you're actually our first ever Dream Match Wednesday post. Yeah, it's the Renegades versus, I don't know if you met them before, the MK Twins.
Yes, we met them a few weeks ago. We met them down at AEW, and we had a conversation. We decided ultimately we didn't like each other and wanted a piece of each other. I guess like
Wow.
the internet was right. There's only room enough for one twin or one set of.
Woo-hoo! Man, hey Rob, we got a match we got to see, bro. It's going to be, hey, as Jim Ross said, it's going to be a slobber knocker. So
I couldn't hear you. Can you say it one more time?
Like Jim Ross said, that match is going to be a slobber knocker.
Oh no!
Oh,
sorry guys, we can't hear you.
Can y'all hear us now?
Breaking up a little bit.
Can you hear us now?
Kinda, a little bit better, yeah.
Yeah, like Jim Ross said, that match is going to be a slobber knocker when it happens.
I'm not sure. It is. Like I hope it's soon. I hope it's soon because we're all for very and it's going to definitely be crazy match. It's gonna be a fun match.
Oh yeah. So, what was it like? Training at Nightmare Factory, and what was it like finally getting the certificate and the go ahead from your trainer saying, "Hey, you ladies, you're good to go. You are now officially professional wrestlers. Go out and do great things."
So, when we first started training here at the Nightmare Factory, it was still one fall Power Factory. And the school was very small. There was only about 20 of us in attendance every night. And we learned stuff so quick. And nobody really expected that. And it took me and Robin an entire year to debut. Once we did, we fell in love. It was a way different experience than being in the ring at training. And after that, of course, COVID happened. So we've just been off a year, and now that things are picking back up, we are ready to hit the road running, just like all of our fans. Like, y'all are ready to watch, and we are ready to give it to you.
Hey, we're definitely looking forward to seeing that. We know y'all are definitely gonna bring it. Y'all got those nice smiles, but behind those smiles, I know y'all could definitely kick some ass. And I'm glad I'm not a pro wrestler. I'm glad I'm just a fan on the side, just doing some podcasts and whatnot. Rob Bass is actually one. Hey, I'll tell you what. Rob Bass is one you gotta watch. He's gonna be. He's trained to be a referee. So if anything,
So if you don't work, you need a manager.
Manager. Okay. Oh, we got a ref on our side in our little faction.
Yep.
We gotta
go.
add someone to war now. We're gonna
That's
add
right.
Rob
Hey,
to war.
there you go.
A
Hey, I'm
double
ready.
R.
Let's battle. I'm ready. I'm ready. Right, saddle up. We riding it going. Let's go.
Let's do it.
So what was it like, debuting for AEW? Were y'all nervous, or were y'all like, you know what, we've had all this training, we got this? Or was it
I'll
a
let
mixture of
Amanda
both?
first because she was there first and she's had a couple different experiences than I have.
So my very first match, I was so nervous. I was so nervous. I was backstage. I'm so glad it was Thunder Rosa, like I said, and a few other things. But it was an honor to wrestle her as my first match. But yes, I was so nervous. And I remember Dustin coming up to me backstage and asking me, "Hey, are you okay?" And I said, "Yes, sir, I'm fine." And he said, "No, you're not. I can tell." And I said, "No." And he said, "Yeah, you're nervous. I can tell you're like running." And I was pacing back and forth. I'm jumping up and down. I'm like breathing heavy. I was blown before I even got in the ring. I was so nervous.
Wow, okay.
And for me, I wrestled with Nyla Rose. And before I knew who it was, I was so excited. I was nervous, but I was excited and I was ready to go. And then I found out it was Nyla, and I was like, oh, let's hope I can do something here, you know?
It's a good night, man.
I was like, this is gonna be good. And when I found out it was Nyla, a lot of my worry had gone. I was scared to get my butt whooped, but I wasn't quite as nervous anymore, if that makes sense. Like I know she's good.
Yeah. I remember seeing that match. I was like, oh man, how they gonna do Charlotte like that, man? Like not even Red Velvet, not even Kylie King, like straight Nyla Rose. Like I was like, man, did she upset somebody? Like
yeah,
what?
we both
Why
did
would
it.
they?
We both got our survived the native beast.
Yeah. So, you guys are the first twins that we've ever had on. I mean, we've had twin fans, but you ladies are the first ever twin wrestlers that we've had. So I gotta ask: is there a difference between anybody? Like, is there one that's like calm, and is there one that's like, as soon as you do something, she's like, it's over for you, or like, is there any difference or?
So there's very big difference.
We are complete polar opposite of the spectrum. It's cathartic to cry. I love it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll still whoop your ass, but crying is okay. For her, no, she's like, okay, girl, we can. She's so hard-headed. Complete opposite of me.
Even like in just everything that we like and dislike. I mean, I love the color blue. She loves the color pink. I mean, other than the physical differences, she has super straight long hair. I have super curly short hair. Growing up, I was always the rambunctious one. I always wanted to get into fights, and I was always in trouble. And Charlotte was not. She was the perfect little angel. So there was for being twins, we are very different and polar opposite people.
But I think we always being compared growing up had wanted, like when we finally got old enough to pick our clothes and decide what music we wanted to listen to and figure out who we were, we had been compared so much that at that point we were like, okay, we're not being the same anymore. Anything that was the same,
other person likes, I don't like.
Exactly. The only thing I think we have in common is our music taste, and that's probably it. And even then, some of my music is way different than Robin's.
Okay. So now my curiosity is piqued. What do y'all like to listen to like when working out?
Well, I am a very big old school R&B and some hard gangster rap person. I love that kind of stuff when I work out. That's just me though. Maybe sometimes I like to switch it up. I like to put in some Hamilton in there, some Cats,
some Broadway, yeah,
some Broadway. I like to have a good little silly goose time and dance, and have a good time. But most of the time, I love R&B and some old classic rap.
When I work out, I listen to early 2000s Chris Brown and like hip hop and R&B. That's what I listen to, or I'll listen to like country music. I know that's not everybody's favorite thing, but I listen to like party country, like the stuff that's a little more upbeat.
Party.
I don't know how to
Hey, don't feel ashamed. I don't think anybody could top what I listen to. I listen to Hollywood Undead and work out. I have issues. So yeah. If anybody could top that, yeah. If you never heard of them, I would highly suggest you actually proceed slowly because some of the stuff they say is like, yeah, Rob, I know you've heard of Hollywood Undead, Rob, but yeah, they're that band that's kind of like, you know, out there. But yeah. But
I feel bad. I listen to Weird Al, man.
Hey, I'm with Weird Al. Stuck in the drive-thru. I'm with
there you go. So, W.A.R. You guys are also not. You just started your stable with Jasmine Allure and Ava. I forgot what Ava's last name is. She's gonna kill me. Right? But y'all are part of a group called
the W.A.R.
I don't know what it stands for. I found out about it, but I was like, what is so what's W.A.R. about? Like what's the stable about?
I mean, it's top tier talent. What more needs to be said? We're here to take over Mission Pro and anywhere else.
Cool. That's pretty much that's pretty much a good mindset to go with. Like, sounds very motivating, you know, just take over everything, you know, run it.
Yeah,
make a difference, make a mark.
Awesome. I got a feeling those MK Twins, then, if that's the case, they might want to watch out because if y'all run around a group of four.
Oh yeah, and you know Maddie and Dulce. They gotta look out for it.
Man, I do not envy them at all. Yeah.
Hey, I don't know. They got a chance.
So I just got two more questions before I turn it over to Rob. I know Rob has, you know, some questions as well. My second to last question is, you know, I ask pretty much most of our guests this, but if you can, so Cody Rhodes, right? When he left WWE, he had a list of wrestlers that he wanted to face in the near future, and a lot of other wrestlers started doing the same thing too, posting lists of their opponents that they want to face on social media. So in terms of tag teams, which tag teams, I'll say male or female, because I know there's not a lot of like established female tag teams, unfortunately, in professional wrestling right now. But who are the top 5 tag teams on the Renegades list that they want to face in the near future?
One for me is definitely the MK Twins. Another one is Liv and Ruby Riot. I think that would be pretty freaking cool. Actually enjoy their work. I have for a while.
I think the Young Bucks or the Lucha Bros, that would be a good time. That would be good.
Time. And Top Flight would be fun.
Yes.
Top Flight would be real fun.
I think it's 5, right? 4?
Is that 4 or 5? Can we make up one?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yes. Actually, we have a tag team that we have been, and it's a male tag team. Hotshot, Hunter Knott, and Rosario Grillo. Their tag team name is TSF, and we have been trying to get booked with them to like do a show for the longest time, and nobody likes intergender. So
we trained with them, so we've been waiting for it.
I remember those two. They were on the first student showcase. I saw them.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a great show. I enjoyed both showcases. As a matter of fact, you ladies were on the second one, right?
Yes, we came out with as his little girl.
Who was it again?
Dylan McQueen.
Oh yes, Dylan McQueen and Dean Alexander came out with Rika Tahaka.
Oh, it was. Yes.
And I thought y'all were gonna get into it because I'm like, okay, he has the twins, you know, he has Rika Tahaka, but then he just drops Rika Tahaka like on her back doing a dance move, and I'm like, okay, yeah. Wow,
I mean, Bane's not necessarily like the best gentleman in the world either, and I think she knew that getting in there. But I don't think she thought he was gonna do that to her.
yeah, that was a great show. I definitely enjoyed it. I look forward to part 3 as well. But I just have one more question before I turn it over to Rob. And my question is, in terms of professional wrestling, where do you ladies see yourself in 5 years?
Honestly, I hope we are either signed to a major company or just running our thing on the indies, making a name, making it impossible for us to be denied and known. Like you're one of these days. I'm hoping 5 years from now, you ask somebody random on the street if you know who the Renegade Twins are, and they look at you and they say, "Oh yeah, Charlotte and Robin."
I believe you'll get there too. I got a feeling that we're probably gonna see that y'all are all elites, and I'll definitely jumping up and down when I see that because I like to see people do good and all that stuff too. And
we'll see on that.
On two man together.
Yeah. By the way, y'all mentioned Top Flight. You ladies are gonna kill me, and I'm sorry. But when I first saw y'all, and I saw Dante and don't tell me, wait, don't tell me, Dante and Darius.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, these 4 look like they could be related. I kid you not. I'm like, they look like they could be cousins or something.
Yeah. We've actually never heard that. That's a new one.
Yeah, that's the third.
Yeah. But I'm gonna go ahead and turn over to Rob. 'Cause I know Rob has some questions. So Rob, go ahead, man. The floor is yours.
All right, sweet. Thanks, Remy. So, what's going on? How y'all doing tonight?
We're good. How are you, Rob?
Oh, I'm great. Oh, I love that. Y'all threw me off with that. Oh man. Oh, I'm doing well. I mean, how's the weather down there? Y'all got this that humidity going on down there? Is it hot?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It's so hot.
Oh yeah, I know how it is. Yeah, I get that humidity up here too. Oh, doesn't it make you speak different languages when you walk outside and hit you in the face? You're just like, jeez, like,
All
right
of a
now
sudden
it's
you're
the
sticky.
mosquitoes.
Oh yeah.
The mosquitoes are out bad, and we're outside right now, so they are just everywhere.
Yep, it's hot and clammy. It's just ugh.
Oh yeah. Mosquitoes, they've been bad this year. The flies have been bad though, man. Like, oh my lord, they're everywhere for some reason this year. I'm like, oh, it seems like like I have like flies 50 million in the house all the time. Like, I gotta get rid of them. It's like, oh man, I keep these traps outside. I mean, I'm off the country. Plus, it's probably the fields and all. I can't.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The spraying that ain't helping things out, but. So yeah, being down there in Georgia, man, that's awesome. I remember last time I was there, every restaurant I went to, they're like, "Y'all want sweet tea? Y'all want sweet tea?" That's what I want. Y'all got sweet tea? Y'all drink some sweet tea right now?
Sweet tea. It's not that stuff the rest of the country serves. That's
Oh,
like
yeah.
half sweet.
Yeah,
like I swear, we leave Georgia and nobody knows how to make sweet tea. It's crazy.
Down here in the South, we call it crack tea.
It's so much sugar, it's like crack.
Oh man, I believe it. Yeah. It's like I drank this coffee once. It's Cuban coffee, and they served it to me in like a little thing. It was like small like this. I'm like, what in the world is this? And took a little sip. The second that touched my tongue, I was like, I'm up for 5 days. I'm up for 5 days. Like, whoa, where are we going? It's like,
it's espresso, but it's like super, super concentrated espresso.
And they give it to you in a shot like that because if you mix it with anything else, it's super bitter and it doesn't taste good. So you just kind of have to take it.
We were both baristas for about a year and a half. So no coffee. Yeah,
I gotcha. Yeah, see, I can't. I'm not a coffee drinker, so yeah. Whenever they take me up to Starbucks or something, man, I'm there. They hate me because I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Just order something for me.
Yeah,
do something. That's right. So have you all been catching any new movies and TV shows? On your off time. What are y'all watching right now?
So currently I am watching this series on Netflix called The Originals. It's about these like vampires who are over 1,000 years old, and they're like original vampires. They're the first vampires ever like created. It's so stupid. I love me some sci-fi and some like just fiction, especially if I can watch it. I love it so much. So right now I'm kind of going through this off-brand Twilight thing where we got the werewolves, the witches, the vampires. We got it all, guys.
Nice.
Right now I'm watching. Oh shoot, I'm watching Black Mirror. I enjoy like the psychology thriller type things, but on the opposite end of that, I'm also watching on Disney Plus. This show called Wander Over Yonder. It's like a little kids cartoon.
Okay.
And it's like the perfect thing to put on at night that you just like listen to in the background, but you don't have to pay attention to it. So like I watch that when I get tired at night.
Not something good to put you to sleep, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, originals. I think I've heard of that one. There's a vampire show that I like. What We Do in the Shadows. It's on Hulu. I don't know if you ever seen that. That show is hilarious. Huh?
I'll have to look into it.
Oh yeah, that show was hilarious. They're vampires too, and they came over to America, to take it over in like the 1900s, and it's 2020 now, and they're just like, yeah, they're no, they're just the cheap. Oh man, it's great.
Oh.
Yeah, you definitely have to check it out.
I think my mom has been watching it. And they're like ghosts, like everybody's dead in a giant mansion.
They are in a mansion, but I don't think there's a bunch of ghosts in there.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe
different.
my mom's watching something else. Who knows?
It might be. Now, have you seen that Fear Street on Netflix? Have you watched any of that movie, Fear Street?
I know what you're talking about. I haven't seen it. I like a couple years ago it was really popular, and I just wasn't. I don't know. I just wasn't watching like thrillers at the time. I wasn't really into them too much. I'm a big scaredy cat when it comes to like things I can't see or like the dark. Mm-hmm. I'm not scared of the dark, but I'm scared of the things I can't see in the dark, if that makes sense.
I gotcha. See, I'm like that too. I love watching ghost stories and all that, but yeah, I've never said Bloody Mary, Beetlejuice 3 times or any of that, just in case. You know what I mean? Something might have. I don't want to be that one person. Like you go to my funeral and I'm like on a scary movie, just frozen like that in fear. You know what I mean? I'm like, see. Hey, he's over there yelling Candyman in the mirror 3 times, man. We told him. Oh,
right.
Man.
Oh, no.
That's right. Now, back in the day, y'all used to be softball players, too.
Yes.
Yep.
Now, oh, man. How was it? Were y'all, did y'all used to bat back-to-back? Did y'all used to, hit home runs together? Were y'all tearing it up? One a pitcher or catcher, and y'all switch it?
So I started softball. We started softball at the same time. At 12 years old, and my parents told us, me and my sister had begged to do an extracurricular activity. Like we never did any sports or anything like that. Like we enjoyed dancing at home and singing at home, so we were just doing that all the time. Then my brother started playing baseball, and I looked at my dad and I was like, I want to play softball because all my friends at school were doing it. And he told me, he's like, until like know that you're serious about it, I'm not gonna like take you and sign you up for something that I think you're gonna quit. So I finally like bothered my dad enough that he signed me and Robin both up at the same time. Robin, after the first 2 years, did not like it. She was over it.
I didn't like it the first game I set foot in there. I was the kid who looked up at the sky
and played in the grass.
And twirled. I did twirls. I spun in circles.
She would play in the dirt. And we were like 11 and 12 years old. So like no excuse for this. She just didn't want to be out there.
I just didn't want to do it.
And so my dad realized, he was like, you're going to finish the season. And so she finished and she tried it again. She went for a second season, decided she didn't like it. And that's when I looked at my dad and I said, I actually like this. I love this. And I want this to be my future. And he said, okay. And so I started playing softball all the time. And I was at the field for 6-7 hours sometimes at night, getting hundreds of reps, just trying to make myself better. And my goal at the time, I was in 8th grade. My goal at the time was to get onto the high school team. And being a like first year player, that sounds impossible. But I busted my tail and I made the team. And then I just kept making goals for myself. And my last goal was to make it to college and play. And I made it to college and I played a little bit and I enjoyed every minute of it. I decided college wasn't for me anymore. I wasn't enjoying myself. It just wasn't great. So yeah. I stopped playing softball a couple years ago. But Robin was a beast on the field. I was too. I'm not gonna hype myself up like that. But Robin was fast. Robin was so speedy quick. I was a power hitter. Robin was a slap hitter. So Robin was way up there and on the base when I came up, so I could knock her in because she was just that fast.
Nice.
I
Nice.
played for about maybe 3 or 4 years. Like Charlotte said, after about the second year of I don't know what, at 12 years old, I was like, nah, I don't want to do this. I'd rather just dance. So that's what I did. I just danced. And then about my sophomore year in high school, I had become homeschooled, and I was just sitting at home not doing anything. I had no social interaction. So I said, you know what? Fine. I'll play a sport. We'll figure it out. And then we got out there. I started playing, and I sucked. I was so bad. It was so bad. It's like I had never even tried to do anything athletic in my whole life. It was so bad. And so my dad and my coach at the time had just taken me out to the outfield and just hit me. They said, if you're not going to be good at anything, you're at least going to be able to catch a ball. So my coach, every practice, would have me go out to the outfield, and he said, you cannot come in until you catch 50 balls in a row. And there's been multiple times I'd walked off that field with my feet hurting, blisters, bleeding. But you know what? It made me a better person, gave me work ethic. And I enjoyed softball after that. Once I started getting good at it and started making, I don't know, like feeling better about myself in it. I think really what it made me feel like was I just wasn't athletic at all. So I just didn't want to do it.
Well, once she saw the results of her hard work, like in games, she would start catching balls, and like she was actually playing a lot more, and people depended on her, especially with her running. Like when I tell you she's a speed demon, she is a freaking speed demon. She is so tall, so fast. Her legs are so long.
As she hypes me up, Charlotte used to hit dingers over the fence. She could throw anybody out. She was a catcher. Like, this chick was bomb. Like, me and Charlotte put together on a team.
Oh, we were unstoppable.
Y'all couldn't catch us, man.
That's right. I believe it. I used to play. My sister played softball and all because my brother and I played baseball, and they didn't have softball back then, so she actually had to play little league for a bit. She had to go out there with the boys. She's the only girl on the team for 2, 3, 4 years until finally softball came around. She could finally play. Yeah, It was pretty cool. See, my pop made me play baseball too. I was like, I was kind of like you, like I didn't really want to be out here. I can't see the ball. Coming like so fast. I'm like. Oh no!
No, that's how
curveballs. It's like looks like it's going to my head, and I'm ducking, and I'm looking, and it curves right into the middle of the plate, and I'm like, oh, I'm stupid. Everybody's laughing. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And then my dad coached me one year, and that was awful. We ended up cussing each other out in the middle of the game, and everybody was like,
we've been there.
Like, oh. Dad was our coach for a really long time. Our first 2 years, he wasn't our coach, and then he realized yeah, I want to do this with my kids. I like it. I'm here all the time anyway. And he started learning the game, and he became our coach and was my coach personally for 8 years. And nice. I cannot tell you the amount of times me and him would look at each other and disagree. And it took us a while to learn how to work with each other. And especially when Robin came in the mix, all three of us, we were so passionate about the sport. Even my dad, he's so competitive. That's where we get our drive from and our competitive spirit. He is just so competitive. So all three of us, we share the love for the game, and we're very competitive. And it was definitely a trip when we were all three together.
That's right. Yeah, my dad, he coached my brother and sister. They got along fine. Me and him, we could, I remember, the one time I was playing third, and a pop-up was hit to me, and the sun was in my eyes, so I was I couldn't see it. And I'm low like that, the ball, dropped. Yeah, my dad, he come out there, he's like, what are you doing? I told you to wear sunglasses. And I remember I was like, I couldn't see the effing ball. And he was like, oh, they start coming at me. I didn't think, everybody's like, and I go in there, and I go in there to drink. He slaps it out of my hand. He's like, what are you doing there?
Yeah, there were plenty of times me and my parents, we had, some words on the field. We just disagreed with something, or I know there was a few times, like Charlotte said, I was a pitch runner, so pretty much every time anybody was on base and they just wanted a faster person, I was that person. So me and my dad, and he was always the third base coach, so he's always telling me what I'm going to do, and sometimes we would disagree, and I would do whatever the hell I wanted to do, and it sometimes would pay off, sometimes wouldn't, and when it wouldn't, oh, there was hell to pay the captain and the crew.
That's right. Oh man, yeah, but then when it did pay off or whatever, it was like, all right, you got lucky this time.
Okay,
you were good this time. You're good this time. All right. Now, getting back to a little bit of wrestling. Y'all have a match this Saturday, right?
Yes,
Yes,
we
sir.
do. Mission Pro in Conroe, Texas, guys. Come on.
That's right. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. Tell us more about that. Yeah, aren't y'all wrestling? Getting a match against Maddie. You know what I mean? Because y'all, had that little beef going for a couple months now.
Yeah, we got some beef.
Yeah.
So we're wrestling Maddie and Dulce Tormenta and Tormenta. Sorry, I don't know why. Whatever. Anyway.
She said her name doesn't matter anyway.
So we're both wrestling them, and should be easy day, easy money, easy paycheck, easy good day. Shouldn't be too hard.
Maddie's one quick knock to the nose.
Oh yeah,
it's already broken, so we'll just fix that.
And Tormenta, didn't y'all see what we did to her last show? Like the fact that she's even trying to be with us again is kind of like questionable.
Yeah.
You didn't
question her sanity. I mean, like if I got beat up by us, I wouldn't want to try us again. But that's just me,
It's okay.
Some people gotta
learn the hard way. That's okay though.
They gotta learn a lesson twice.
Good. That's right. Plus with Maddie, you go in there, you can just say a Kardashian joke or whatever, distract her, you see something bad about Kardashian.
Yeah.
What? And then
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Somebody hear that? A Kardashian fan over there or something?
Yeah.
Oh man. So where do y'all get your gear ideas from, man? Because when y'all go out there, man, it looks like y'all are going in that ring, you're dispensing justice. Like y'all ain't gonna go play around, man. Y'all we gonna tear something up, man. Where you get that idea from? Y'all look so badass in your gear.
Thank you.
So thank you by the way. But when we first started wrestling and first started, our coach QT came to us and said, "Hey guys, start looking for gear." And he, at this point, had been training us for a year. He knew our personalities. He knew what we were going for. And what we were going for was a very hard, rugged, almost old school, like early 2000s TLC, some Aaliyah kind of vibes.
And that's really hard to do with you can't really typical wrestling gear, it doesn't fit that mold at all. So we went to someone and we had some gear commissioned and we decided that it was not at all what we wanted. So we looked at our mom and we said, okay, so we don't like this. And I don't think it really fits the Renegade persona like I wanted it to. So she was like, okay, we'll just go shopping. We'll go shopping. So we go to the mall and in literally just normal stores anybody can go in, Hot Topic, Forever 21, stuff like that. We just started finding pieces of clothes that went together. We were like, okay, well, we like the cargo. We know that looks badass. What do we want to do for the tops? And we just decided, okay, look at the TLC, look at Aaliyah, look at all of the different women that carry the vibe. Yeah, that carry the vibe that we want to put out there. And so we looked at them and we were like, mesh. Let's do the mesh. And then we did the mesh and we realized we look like the Hardy Bros. And you know what? I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it.
That's right.
Guys, give me just 1 second. I gotta go get my phone charger. My phone's about to die.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Take your time.
Yeah,
when you're good, I can see when you're talking about being like Aaliyah and stuff. Yeah, I can see that, watching some of y'all's matches, you get that, like Aaliyah, 2000. Yeah, that's right. I can see it now that you said something. That's pretty awesome. Now that I know, okay.
Well, thank you. I don't know. I don't know, man. I enjoy the gimmick. I like it.
I do. Yeah, I think y'all look so badass. I want y'all in my corner. If I'm ever needed, somebody's trying to beat me, I don't want to be like, I got my homies right here. Yeah, they're gonna dispense that justice on you. That's right.
That's what we are,
That's right.
Just give me a little bit of money, I get you back.
We're gonna have to.
There you go.
We're
being in Georgia and stuff, and do y'all have to? Now being in Georgia and stuff. Now being in Georgia and stuff, y'all got to deal with swamp monsters.
So.
We're heading to the training facility. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. You're good. We can go on the tour and stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Take a ride. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Going on through. That's a nice little training center. I like the little plaques and stuff in the hallway.
Nightmare Factory, man.
Mm-hmm. They do it big. All right.
Location change. Sorry.
Oh, word up. Sweet. We should have had one of them things like, there, here we go. So now, being over there in Georgia, do y'all have to deal with, can you hear me? All right, are you good? Can you hear me?
I'm sorry.
Can you hear me? Are you good?
Breaking up so bad. It's just breaking up again.
Oh,
Sorry,
man.
guys.
Oh, man.
Sorry.
Oh, man. It's all good. Hopefully, I can get like one or two questions out there. So y'all are dog lovers, huh? So I was gonna say, man, y'all are dog lovers, a fellow dog
We can hear
lover
you a
like
little
me.
better.
Okay. So, man, what kind of dogs do you have? Because I heard y'all are dog lovers and stuff. You know, I'm a dog lover too. I got 3 beagles, and I always love hearing about dogs. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Sorry, y'all. Technical difficulties.
Yeah. It's all good. You know, they probably had a bad connection somewhere.
So while we're waiting for the Renegade Twins to come back, you've heard it here. You heard it here before, but I'm gonna put more emphasis on it again. We'll soon be starting a legacy series where we actually interview the next of kin of wrestlers who have passed away. So our first guest is going to be soon. We'll go more into that later on. Our guests are actually back. Oh, no, not yet. So yeah, our we'll be starting a new series called the Legacy Series, and basically it's going to be like the next of kin of wrestlers who have passed away and so on. And we have a couple of guests for that, so we'll be let me see what's going on here.
All right. Yeah, I'm excited. Talk to a family member, whatever. Cool. Yeah, what's tonight? Thursday. Is there wrestling on? What's MLW on?
Honestly, I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah, I'm kind of waiting for.
Oh, let me see.
Yeah, man, let's see.
Here we go.
Hi guys.
Yeah, sorry, y'all.
Oh no, it's all good.
Now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we good to go. Oh, I like that little picture up there. What's that? Who's running the ball back there? Oh yeah.
That's Cam Newton and Leonard Floyd
Ooh.
from the Panthers, and it looks like the Bears.
Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. That's awesome. That's right. Now, before we're getting cut off, I was asking you about being dog lovers. Because I'm a fellow dog lover myself. I have 3 eagles and stuff, and I was wondering, what kind of dogs do you have? And, are they mischievous like mine or anything, or are they cool?
We love our babies.
So we've always grown up with animals in the house. The most animals we had at one time was 6, and that was actually quite recently. It was within the last 2 years. The biggest one we had was a Great Dane Lab mix. He had a little bit of pit bull in him too. And then the rest of our dogs, we have a purebred pit bull. And then we also have a whole bunch of boxer, pit bull, chihuahua mixes.
Yeah.
And then one chihuahua. And it is the
Oh, wow.
funniest thing.
The little chihuahua has Down syndrome.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
She's definitely a hoot. Like, you want to talk about crazy. That little girl is crazy. And that's her animal.
Yep, that's my little baby.
She be running the household, doesn't she?
Oh, yeah. She doesn't care. She's in and out, and she's finally. So at first, when we got her, she was very slow, and she
acted like a cat.
Yes, she kind of acted like a cat, and she was she couldn't understand direction. She didn't even like routine. Like, she was just really hard to get housebroken. And then about a year later, we got a little baby named Buster, and he kind of like took the reins and taught her how to be a dog, basically.
It was great. It was so sweet.
And so ever since then, she's kind of gotten herself she's mute too. Like, she doesn't bark. She doesn't like make any noise. I remember one time she was running around outside, and her little dew claw just got cut off. It got snagged on something, and it got yanked out of her claw, out of her foot. She got in the back seat just dripping blood, and all she's doing is like holding her paw like this and like licking the blood. She's not crying.
It was crazy.
She didn't make a single noise. Like, honestly, we probably could have driven a whole 20 minutes without knowing that she had hurt herself. And so she's very sweet though, but she's gotten super, super talkative, super owning her place. This is my place, my house. Don't mess with me. So
yeah, she's really comfortable now.
But yes, we have plenty of little babies.
That's awesome. I had a dog named Buster. He passed away a couple years ago. He's a beagle. Yeah, he's awesome. You know, and when I first got him, because he'd never been inside before, I got him from an Amish auction. He's just been a hunting dog his whole life. And I brought him home, and he found some toys. He started hoarding all the toys in the house, in one big pile. He never had toys before. He didn't know how to play. He's like, oh, I don't want to give this up. This is fun, If I give it up, I'll lose it, My other dog, man, he's like, what are you doing, man? I want some of that too, man. God. Yeah, all my dogs have pretty much been rescued. I've got them like the Amish auctions. They're the ones that like gun shy or whatever, don't want to go hunting and all that. So I got y'all. I'll take care of y'all. Yeah, y'all good. Yeah. You can be inside, have AC.
Most of our dogs are actually, I think 100% of our dogs have been rescues. Whether we've received them from friends and family who have dogs that have puppies and they just can't take care of them. So we're like, hey, we'll take another dog because we can, like there's enough of us that
we can take care of them.
Yeah.
Once again, we have 5 people in the house.
So one dog per person. Everybody gets a dog.
There you go. That's right. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Now, do y'all ever take them all out walking at the same time, man? Is it crazy? No. You got to take them one at a time or something?
No, we have to do it one at a time if we take them on walks or in the car because they just don't like being in the car. Like a lot of our dogs freak out. Her dog, Biscuit, the little Down syndrome one, she loves sitting in the car and riding. She feels like the biggest dog in the world.
She'll sit on your shoulder.
Nice.
She'll sit right on your shoulder, and she will just stick her little head out the window, and she loves it. It's her little spot. She's like, you're not budging me. I don't care.
She's like, I'm driving.
That's awesome. Oh, that's so great. Yeah, I love seeing dogs when they do that. They're so happy riding, you see that joy in their face, just sticking out the window. Oh,
right. I was trying to take a video of these 2 dogs going down the road today because we came back from North Carolina today. And we were driving down the road, and there was these 2 babies that just had their head out the window. They both had their mouths open, tongues flapping in the wind. It was great.
So
that's awesome. Now, do you do that too? Whenever I'm driving by and I see somebody with their dog in the car, they pull up, I'm always waving the dog. Do y'all do that too? You see a dog pull up, and the owner's looking, you're like, oh, you're waving at the dog. I'm like, I'm waving at the dog.
We were at
my bad. I don't know.
Yeah, we were at a show, I think, a week or so ago, and this girl brought in like a brand new baby puppy, like brand new,
6 weeks old.
And she walked in with it, holding it, and she saw us like freaking out across the room, so she just brought the dog to us. She was like, "Here you go. I see you're tripping. Touch the animal."
That's right. Let me pet the dog. That's all I want in this world. All I want tonight. I just want to pet the dog. Let me just pet the dog.
In life is I just want to love on an animal.
That's right. So, what are your next? Do y'all have a bunch of shows lined up after this one for Saturday? Or y'all have a full schedule? Now, what's coming next for y'all?
So we have this Mission Pro show this weekend, and then we go to CCW the weekend after in Delaware in York County. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then we go back to North Carolina for a Mission Pro show, and then hopefully after that we have a few more dates coming up. We kind of booked up our we have an AWE booking on the 20th and the 21st. I think that's also the weekend after the Mission Pro show. So our August is pretty booked. It's pretty slammed.
Oh yeah, that sounds like it. That's right. Yeah, and that CCW show, y'all go out there and tear it up there. You know what I mean?
Can't
See
wait.
the name of the Renegade Twins right on the state of Delaware. You know what I mean? Y'all definitely be bigger than that state.
We better see you there.
I'll never let you.
What day it is? Because I have a 1CW show on the 7th. I have to do.
It is on a Saturday.
Oh, okay.
I think it's on the 7th, right? It's on the 7th.
Yeah, because I got one. I'm doing ring crew and all that stuff on the 7th. I got all that good stuff. So.
All right. Well, we'll let you know.
Yeah, I might not have to make it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, but I got to put the ring together stuff, man, and all that. But yeah, if I didn't go, I was gonna be there. You know what I mean? Right there, I'd have big signs too. I'd be the loudest person
we'll
there.
give you a shout out if you're there. We'll pull you in the ring. You can be part of us, man.
That's right. I don't want to take any bulbs, you know, but I can count to 3, I can count to 5, and I can count to 10.
We're gonna be like, you're our special guest rep today.
Yes.
That's right. There you go. That's right. There you go. I can do that for y'all. And for y'all, I can count like, ring that bell. Ring that bell. Come on. That's right. So before I pass it on back to Remy, I do want to ask, since y'all have been wrestling all, do you have any funny backstage road stories that you can share? Something that crazy happened. Maybe a flat tire on the road or something like that.
Maybe like we're gonna knock on wood with this one, but hopefully not any flat tires or car accidents. But when we were in Texas this last time for this Mission Pro show, we went on the river walk in San Antonio. Yeah. And there was this homeless man that we had seen about twice this day, and he had a headband on, like a sports headband, and on either side of the headband was sticks, like branches,
like as antlers.
Yeah, like he was like a reindeer. And we had seen him like twice that day, and I don't know what he was doing, but it like popped us so hard that I specifically remember, like, I sent it to Charlotte, and then Charlotte pointed it out to me like maybe 2 hours later. She was like, hey, isn't this the guy?
Yeah, I was like, wait, is that the guy that you're talking about earlier?
Like,
and she was like, yeah. I another one. We took our parents on that first Mission Pro trip, and we're on the river walk, and Robin and I do this thing where we sound like pigeons and we talk to the birds, and it's just a joke. Yeah, we go, and it freaks people out. And we were sitting on the river walk in this like on the river on this like terrace thing in a restaurant, and there's people around, and all of a sudden we see one pigeon and we start going, and that bird's head starts going, and everyone starts doing it. It was the funniest thing.
So we oh my gosh, we had a few drinks by this point. So we were having a good time, and we thought it was so funny, and everybody else around us was looking at us. They were looking at us so crazy, and we just thought it was so funny that we were talking to the birds. It was a good time, man.
That's
sometimes
funny.
you just gotta stop and talk to the pigeons, okay?
Oh yeah.
That's right.
A lot of people say
That's
smell the roses. We believe it's
talk to the pigeons.
That's right. Yeah, I used to listen to Cash Money back in the day. I know the bird called Bourbon. You know what I mean? I can do that a little bit. That's what, if I was there, that's what I thought y'all be doing. I'd be like, oh, they're doing karaoke. I'd be like, woo! Oh, my bad. Scared of pigeon. But yeah, I do want to say, I want to say thank you, for taking time out of y'all's busy schedule to come on chat with us. I definitely had a blast, chatting with y'all. Y'all are so fun as guests and all.
Yes,
I hope I hope you all tear it up at Mission Pro this weekend. And then when you come to Delaware, you just burn this state down too after you leave it too, all that stuff. I wish nothing but the positive things for you, for y'all, your family, the dogs, everything. You know what I mean? It was nothing but the best.
We really appreciate it. And thank you for having us. I actually had a lot of fun.
You guys, I'm so sorry it took us almost a year to get here.
But here we are.
That's all good.
I'm glad we did it.
Yeah, good things come to those who wait though.
Yes,
Had a
sir.
blast. That's right.
Yeah, ladies, thank you very much for actually being on our show. We really and truly do appreciate it. That Riverwalk, there's always something that happens on that Riverwalk. I
Always, man.
one of my own Liberty buddies when I first started in the Navy. We went there and he some drunk guy picked a fight with him. He pushed the guy in the yeah, he didn't mean he was defending himself. And the water's only like 4 feet like deep or whatever.
Do
Or
you know
3 feet.
what looks like? It's gross.
I know. That's why I don't mess with it. But he got pushed into it. I didn't see what happened, but I came back from the club because I was only in the club for 5 minutes to see how it was. It was my first time in Texas. I go back and I text him. I'm like, dude, where you at? He's like, I'm up the street. I'm like, I run up to the street. I'm like, dude, what happened? He's like, man, some drunk guy picked a fight with me and pushed me. So I pushed him back and he fell into the river. So I'm like, yeah, let's get out of here before it gets worse.
Yeah, we gotta get out of here.
No.
Yeah. But I wish y'all nothing but the best. You know, I hope that y'all get to get your name out there more and get more popular. It's gonna happen. I don't already know because the way y'all go with AEW, you got Mission Pro, and then you got CCW. Shout out to Marcello.
What's up?
Yeah. But yeah, he's he's building up a huge, an impressive roster. So, I pretty much know that y'all definitely be a name, that's gonna remember by everybody that sees y'all. And we lost them.
Oh no.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah.
But while we're waiting for them to come back, there they are.
This happens again.
It happens, but we're almost done. But yeah, y'all are definitely gonna go big. I know it for sure. And that MK Twins match is gonna be a classic. I already know that as well too. When it happens,
It's gonna be a bang.
But y'all said y'all gonna be in North Carolina. I'm actually in North Carolina. Hopefully, I can catch a Mission Pro show. I know a part of North Carolina, but hopefully I can actually get to check it out. I know Nightmare Factory has a show tomorrow in Burlington.
Yes, check that out. Go support all our friends.
Yeah. So for those of y'all in North Carolina, head out to Burlington, check out Nightmare Factory. You will not be disappointed. These men and women are very talented, and also hopefully Brooke and her tag team partner, I forgot what her name was, Spencer. Hopefully they do that cool entrance with the car again. I like how they did that. They just rolled up and in that black car. And then MJ decided to MJ Baby, I think is her name, decided to spill something on the car. Yeah, she paid for that, but
she did.
That's that was a pretty great show. But with that being said, it's actually time for us to go ahead and close the show. But before I do that, ladies, where can fans find you on social media if they want to, find out where your next appearance is, purchase Renegade Twin merchandise, or where can bookers and promoters find you if they want to book you for their shows?
So you can send us an email at renegadesmerch@gmail.com. Sorry, guys. And then you can follow me at Robin Renegade on Instagram and on Twitter at I think it's Robin W18. I'm really bad at this. Sorry, guys.
You can find me on Instagram at charlotte.renegade. It's spelled like Charlotte, but with an E where the O goes. No O in the name. And then if you want to find me on Twitter, it's char_renegade.
Awesome. That's cool. So for those of y'all listening, make sure you actually, follow these two young women. They're doing great things in the world of professional wrestling. And they're from the Nightmare Factory. So you already know what it is and what stuff. So definitely go ahead and check them out as well. Because like I said, you definitely don't want to, miss out what they're doing. And like I always say, support indie wrestling. 99% of your AEW and WWE superstars actually come from the indies. So why not see who's the next big thing while they're beginning as well too. But with that being said, Rob Bass, where can fans find you on social media if they want to talk wrestling or be on the show? Or where can bookers or promoters find you if they want to hire you for your refereeing / managerial services as well?
All right, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch at Rob_Base82, and then Facebook and YouTube is Rob Bass.
Awesome. And if you want to find me on social media, not that I have anything cool to say, but who knows, maybe you'll get lucky. You can find me on Twitter under @TheRemyBlue. You can also find me on Facebook under Remy Blue. It's a picture of me at WrestleMania 28. So feel free to go ahead and add me there. And our podcast is also on social media. Yes, we're actually on Instagram and Twitter under @Ringside Society. Check us out on both those accounts. We have Dream Match Wednesday. These two lovely young ladies are actually our first ever Dream Match Wednesday matchup. Check it out as well. And also, we're also on Twitch under Ringside Society 2019. And we're also on YouTube. Yes, which is where this episode is being streamed right now. So subscribe to all our videos. We have a lot of cool interviews alongside this one on YouTube. We have, Higher Logo. We have the Diamond Sheik, the Bodyguard, Austin Green, many other great people from the Nightmare Factory as well. Not Thunder Rosa, Anakin Rosa. Thunder Rosa's son has been on our show. We have that interview there as well. So definitely follow us. And we have a lot more cool interviews coming up. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to go ahead and say it right now. Our next interview, well, we have a 15 minutes of fandom interview coming up this Saturday, but our next interview with a main guest is going to be Monday, and it's going to be none other than the cousin of Haya Lobo. That's right, Nan Boteo, who was from the Nightmare Factory Class 1. Y'all thought I was going to say 2, but I got you with that. Yes, he's going to be on our show this Monday at 8 o'clock p.m. or 7 o'clock p.m. I can't remember which time, but definitely make sure you check it out as well. And also we're on Teespring. We have merch available on there. Check it out. Cop a shirt, cop a tank top for the hot summer days, cop a long sleeve sweater for the cold winter nights that are going to be coming real soon. All proceeds, go back to keeping this show afloat. But with that being said, we just want to thank everybody that tuned in tonight. We really and truly appreciate it. Thank you very much. It tells us that we're doing something right. To those of you that are going to tune in later on via YouTube or Twitch or our Facebook group, check it out as well. Thank you very much in advance. As well. And to those of you that hate us, can't stand us, really and truly wish we would just go away. Well, like myself in a Golden Corral restaurant and Rob Bass at Hershey, Pennsylvania in the chocolate factory, we're not going anywhere for a while.
They hate us because they ain't us.
And we ain't stopping. So with that being said, we here at Ringside Society just want everybody to know that we're very well aware that everybody and their grandparents and their parents have a podcast. Yes, we know that. But guess what? We're not your grandparents' podcast. As a matter of fact, we're not just any podcast. Hey, yo, Rob Bass, one time for the mind, one time for the people, one time for the wrestling culture, one time for the Renegade Twins, Charlotte and Robin, and the great people at the Nightmare Factory. What type of podcast are we?
We're a Wrestling Fans Podcast.
That's right, we're the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. So with that being said, we will see y'all later. But until then, we're still going through a pandemic. So stay safe, stay healthy, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes. We out. Peace.
See y'all. Good night. Stay classy, Delaware.